Hi, I'm Kimberly. I went through over a decade of experiencing extreme chronic illness and have now fully come out of that, and started this channel by sharing my experiences as I was in it. So you can go back and watch some of my old videos of where I was to where I am today, now sharing little tidbits and things that I use to get myself completely out of that experience, and now help people through on their own journeys by giving tips and tricks through one-on-one coaching. So just here today, I was just going to share a little bit about supplement-wise what it was that helped me. So towards the end of my over a decade of extreme symptoms from Lyme disease and Candida, mold toxicity, POTS, multiple chemical sensitivity, sensory processing, so many things, I stopped being able to digest pretty much most foods. I was down to 10 different food items, and therefore was also not digesting and methylating supplements. So basically, when I was putting supplements into my body, my body was no longer able to really do anything with them. So they ended up just kind of my body tried to process them. It just felt like it was like gunking up my system, and my body couldn't really do anything with it. And a lot of them I actually felt worse from, because now the body's trying to process more that it can't do anything with or fully methylate. So methylation is like the molecular breakdown of the properties in the foods and the supplements that your body kind of strips and manipulates in order for it to utilize these molecules from foods and supplements in various different like every single process throughout the body in some way. So for instance, I had the CBS gene that ended up turning on when my body got super acidic, and I was like really having extreme symptoms that I was experiencing. And that basically, I was sulfur intolerant. So any foods high in sulfur, like eggs, macadamia nuts, chickpeas, all those things, my body was no longer able to methylate properly. So the sulfur would turn into ammonia in the body, and then the ammonia would not be able to convert to methylate into urea, which is what you pee out. So that's like the ammonia smell in your pee. But because my body was not able to fully process that sulfur into ammonia into uric acid, it was just floating around my body in the form of ammonia and creating like a lot of havoc. So one thing that I was taking in this case was Yucca Root. And this helped to mop up and absorb that extra ammonia. I also noticed that this was helping with Candida as well. So when I was having extreme flares, I always had Candida on my skin, like it was a constant issue. Like I could see it in my waste products. It was like a constant issue. That would help to mop up that extra like ammonia smell that I would get in relation to Candida as well. So Yucca Root is YUCCA, is an awesome supplement that I use to help like mop up that extra ammonia from the CBS gene or from Candida. Another thing that I used was molybdenum, and I will link that in the description below so that you can see all of these as well. Molybdenum is a vitamin B, and it helps with die-off. So die-off specifically from Candida, but also like die-off from parasites, die-off from Lyme disease, or any bacterial infection. It's a great, and probably viral too, it just die-off in general. It helps to detox the liver. So it's a great way to help the body along in the detox process. Now, I pretty much cut out all supplements because my body was not able to do anything with them, but these two were ones that I was still able to process personally myself. So the Yucca Root just kind of goes through the digestive tract and like helps to mop up that extra ammonia in there. And then the molybdenum, my body was still able to utilize that to help to detox the liver. And that was like hands down like huge for me. When I would take the molybdenum, I was taking it like 2 times a day, like in like a higher dose. I can't remember exactly what it was I was taking, but it was more than what the bottle had said. And it was doing wonders. And the funny thing is that when I talked to a doctor about this, you know, they were like, well, like your body doesn't need extra molybdenum. There's no reason for like people to take molybdenum. And I heard this in various other forms as well when relating to supplements. And it's like, well, the average person might not need this, but like my body was not going through the average processes at that time. And I was using it not because my cells needed that vitamin B, but because my needed the molybdenum, but because it was helping my liver to detox. So there can be multiple like uses for these things where like my body wasn't taking in the yucca root to use it to help like build my cells or to help with, you know, like different processes. It was like almost being used as like a binder to mop up that extra ammonia. Another thing that I would use was various different binders. So for me, and this was to mop up again like the extra crap that was going on in my GI tract, literally, that my body was not able to like fully detox properly. My detox pathways were majorly like closing down. And so for me, I did not like activated charcoal. A lot of people do like activated charcoal, but it did not do well with me. It changed like my GI tract, did not like it. But what I did really do well with was bentonite clay. Now I would say this, that if you're experiencing constipation, activated charcoal would be potentially be a better route. Do your research, talk to your doctors, see what works for you. This is not medical advice. And then the other way around would be that if you're experiencing looser stools, do some research into seeing if clays would be better, because clays are heavier and denser and stickier, and so those can help to like bind up the stool. So that was something that worked really well for me, and did help with my digestion. When you're taking activated charcoal or bentonite clay, always take it away from medications or from food as much as possible. I would like to take it like right before I went to bed, like a couple hours after I ate, because I was already not like absorbing and digesting food. So I definitely didn't want my binders to be taking up like the extra nutrients that my body could be getting. So different types of clays. Zeolite clay is another one out there, but I was using bentonite clay personally. So those are 3 like supplements that helped me while I was going through my healing. And I basically cut out like literally everything else. Like I'd been on like adrenal fatigue supplements, I'd been on like all these GI supplements, I'd like so many, and NAC, I mean just like endless amounts of things. Oh, another one that was helping me with my histamine was HistDAO. HistDAO. So that actually can helped me mop up the extra histamine in my body as well. So these were all more like binders of some kind to help like eliminate something from my body. So instead of my body like taking in supplements in order for it to like have to methylate into another thing to feed my cells with something, these were actually going into my system and just like kind of mopping up like that extra whatever it was, whether it was for the histamine or the die-off or oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking right now. The things, the ammonia, all the things that I had just said. So those are 4 things. I'll link them all down below, or put the names of them all down below so that you can see what they are written out. And leave me any questions that you have in the comments below. You can reach out to me personally if you have any questions about talking to me one-on-one or some coaching through Instagram at kimbers.newfrequency, or go to my website at kimberlyharder.com. I would love to hear from you, whether it's here in the comments or over there. And I hope that this helps. Let me know, leave me a like if this was a video that you really liked, so that I can keep making content about these things. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!